I'm Diego Sanchez, COO of HousingWire, and this is 10-Minute Talks. My guest today is Brena Nath, Director of Events and HW Plus at HousingWire. Brena, welcome to 10-Minute Talks.
I'm excited to be on this side of the interview desk. I get to watch these all the time, so thanks for having me on.
I'm so excited to have you on. Before we dive in, could you give a 30-second intro of yourself and of HousingWire?
30 seconds. Okay, let's see how fast I can boil such a big question in. I would say an intro of myself. I have been with HousingWire with some breaks in the middle since 2013, so quite some time now. We're going about 10 years, and the rate of progression and change and exciting shifts between HousingWire and even like what we're delivering has been a lot. And so I'm excited to fast forward to where we are today. And HousingWire is your go-to news site for what you need about the housing economy, mortgage, interest rates. But that goes beyond content. Content can be podcast, video like the one you have here today, and the people who are helping fuel that content. So I would say my role in all of that is the community aspect of making sure the voices, people like you who are in the industry, have a place and a seat at the table within HousingWire, and making sure that we're sharing your voices, amplifying them as well.
And what does it mean to be the Director of Events and HW Plus at HousingWire?
If you ask me this at a conference, the answer I usually give back is, "Hi, I'm Brena Nath, Director of HAE Plus and Events." But I usually then go right into a better way of saying that is I lead our community at HousingWire. It's a shorter, succinct, kind of easier to digest of, okay, if you're meeting us at a conference, what do you need to know, or what can we partner on? Partner is my favorite word with most people because we're trying to partner together on the ways to get your content on the site. What should we be sharing at HousingWire that we might not be doing? Stuff like that. So to be the director of HW Plus and events means, from like maybe the logistics standpoint, Clayton often on stage says, "Hey, if Brena's in the room, go find her. She'll help you get a seat at the table for our conferences." A funny story that I think is true is I just got an ad on LinkedIn probably 2 weeks ago, and someone was asking me to connect at HousingWire Annual coming up in October. And it was because Clayton told them, or they had a conversation at another event, and this person told Clayton, "Hey, it's my goal. It's like my career ambition to be on stage at HousingWire Annual." So Clayton said, "Okay, go find Brena. She can help plug you into the agenda." So what that really means is I love to have conversations with people in the industry on what are the conversations we need to be having on stage? Who are the other partners that you want to have on stage? What does the technology conversation look like today? And how do we inject that into our agenda and stuff like that? And that's just the event focus. Maybe from there, I'm also kind of the person who helps plug you into, do you want a commentary to write on the website? What is the news that you find most engaging? What are the other benefits that you need in order to help your job be successful? My goal is to make sure that we're delivering all of those things to you and the full benefits of HW Plus, which is our subscription content on site, to you, making sure you're getting what you need.
No, that's great. I kind of think of you as the center of the web for our community of superfans here. So we've got HousingWire Annual coming up. You're deep in the logistics of planning for the event. What's your vision for the content and community at HousingWire Annual?
I just recently was chatting with someone on our social media team, and I know a lot of what I can say sounds excited, but it's just because I genuinely am, as a person who's been working since I came back from maternity leave on making sure this agenda is what people need. I think you can hear my excitement in my voice. And it is, I'd like to say, because it's built off getting to talk to these speakers, getting to talk to the rest of their team, and probably be on like at least a minimum of 2 planning calls with each speaker on saying, okay, what does this audience actually need to hear? And fine tuning that, and also knowing and having a full understanding that these conversations started in March, April, May, and their conference is October, and the industry is shifting quite a bit from May to October. So part of our conversation has been, okay, just like we know we all had forecasts at the beginning of the year, and we had bank failures at the beginning of the year that completely changed a lot of the forecasts for the year. That same thing is happening with how do we make sure that even though we're planning these conversations now, what are the broad strokes and the themes, and then digging in further that we need to address at the event. So I'd say what excites me most is the fact that, I've been on conversations with, the CEO of Princeton Mortgage, the president of Better Homes and Garden, the team of the, president at Thrive, so many of these executives, the executive team at Loan Depot, and a theme in all of these conversations, or a couple of themes I would say, is every single person is like taking this seriously. They want to make sure that they're looking at their full, business and seeing what are the things and what are the strategies that they can share that will help you walk away. I think sometimes action items to take away can be sound too like maybe businessy, maybe is the word I would say, but really it's these tools that you can actually walk away with and say, okay, this is how the executive team at Loan Depot is doing things. This is how the executive team at New Res is doing things. I can say, okay, I'm on the right path. Maybe I need to shift things, or hey, they're actually going through the same things that I'm going through. So at least gives you the right gut check to know you're on the right path. I was on a conversation with the team at Penny Mac, and I think a great word that they said is these are the conversations that are happening in the boardroom. And this is, you want insight into that. We have a very decision maker heavy conference group. And what that means for you is, yes, there's that day-to-day stuff, but this is the planning that you're doing for 2024 and beyond. And we know you're already thinking about that stuff. So how do you get in the room with your peers and figure out, here's how as industry we can work together to move forward? And the wordings we've been using is playbook, battlefield strategies. I tried to find those more. It's like those 15-minute lightning round. You don't want to get up and leave the room because you're getting so much knowledge from the speaker on stage.
Yeah, this isn't really a conference where you're going to go sit for an hour and a half with a panel talking about a variety of topics. It's going to be very bite-sized, very actionable, 15 to 20-minute sessions with decision makers. So what are the details? When is it happening? Where is it happening? How should people go to buy tickets? So Brena, what are the details of HousingWire Annual, and where should people go to buy tickets?
I'll keep this fast so you guys can remember it. Go to HousingWireAnnual.com. You can find all information there, registration, agenda, who our partners are, and where this is at, along with our hotel. So the big level details that you need to know in order to book is Austin, Texas, October 10th through 12th. And the code that I am excited to share with you guys here, exclusive for this audience, is HWVIP25. Once again, that's HWVIP25. Use that code to get 25% off your ticket, all of the tickets.
Brena, thanks so much for joining me today.
It's a pleasure being here.